Today, my brother Chase and I went to the Rochelle, Illinois railpark, where we intended to watch some trains. Rochelle is the intersection of the Union Pacific Geneva subdivision and the BNSF Aurora subdivision, about an hour's drive west of Chicago. This intersection forms a double-track diamond crossing, which is perfect for railfanning. The railpark is positioned on an elevated portion of land just east of the diamond and provides excellent viewpoints of the trains. The first train we saw was a Union Pacific mixed freight train heading east. Two SD70 Max numbers 3963 and 3961 led the train. Rochelle is a no-horn zone, but it seemed this engineer disregarded that. And as it was passing, I noticed the signal on the second UP track had turned green, so hopefully this train would clear before the next one approached. Shortly after, the next UP train came rumbling by, heading west. This time, an intermodal train, headed by 4 locomotives. UP number 7499 led the train, followed by 7150, 7468, and an EMD SD70 ACE number 8736. This train made a very unique acceleration sound as each rail car passed in front of us. Midway through, 2 DPU locomotives, numbers 4625 and 9003, passed by. Next, another intermodal, this time heading eastbound toward Chicago. GE Locomotive number 5463 pulled the train, and to our surprise, it had one of the engine doors open. This train ended up stopping and reversing a couple times. I think it may have been working the UP Global 3 intermodal yard, which was just west of Rochelle. The last train we saw on this day was a westbound mixed freight train headed by Norfolk Southern SD70 ACE number 1225 and Union Pacific SD70 ACE 9093. With their proposed merger taking place, this could be a common sight in the near future. Later in the week, we made our way out to Grand Island, Nebraska, where we intended to see the Union Pacific Big Boy steam engine. This would be our first time seeing the Big Boy, and it was awesome. Just as soon as it stopped, the steam started shooting out the sides again, and the massive locomotive began chugging forward. The whistle was incredibly loud as it passed so close by. The following weekend, as we were making our way back home towards Ohio, we stopped again in Rochelle. The first train I saw was a mixed freight train led by two SD70Ms, number 3961 and 3863, the very same two locomotives I saw at the beginning of our trip the weekend before. They were in the same orientation, just heading back west. Next was a coal train going pretty fast. UP 5307 and 6851 led the train east. It's a little sketchy watching how much those massive rail cars rock back and forth as they pass over the diamonds. After DPU number 7305 passed, the train changed into a mixed freight with lots of auto racks. It really did feel like it was two separate trains just connected together. Next, we saw another westbound intermodal train led by UP 8103, 5249, 7613, and 5244. We went into the gift shop for a moment, but when we got back to the tracks, this monster was parked within perfect view. Very cool. This train moved forward and backward several times as it worked the yard. But eventually, we decided it was time for us to get on the road, so we headed out. On our way back through Chicago, we of course had to stop by Lombard Hobbies. This is where I purchased a lot of my N-scale trains, and it was by far the largest model railroad shop I've ever seen. Overall, this trip was incredible. We got to see a lot of great trains. The only downside is I wish we would have seen some BNSF trains in Rochelle, but maybe next time.